Getting them good, them good. What up? What's happening? What's happening? Chilling, chilling, chilling. Whew, it's a lot going on, especially with our current president. Donald Trump. Is he a man of chaos or a necessary evil? I have my own opinion, and hey, we gonna talk about that in a minute. Your boy finna finish getting rolled up. Appreciate everybody who's been subscribing, following, liking, watching, commenting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate all that. I have grown to well over 100,000 Instagram followers. over 70,000 Facebook followers so far, and almost 80,000 TikTok followers. And I see at the rate I'm doing, I must be doing pretty good. You know, the amount of subscribers I'm getting daily here on YouTube is I wasn't expecting it. I put it like that. Like didn't expect my videos to take off the way they do or the way they did. But hey, it's happening for me, and I'm not mad at it at all. So, but Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump, is he a man of chaos or a necessary evil? I know I have my own thoughts and opinions. And you know, my thoughts and opinions about it, a lot of people probably would be shocked at what I would have to say. So we go get into that, because I think, well, I ain't gonna say what I think yet. I'm just gonna, you know, leave that up to, you know, leave it up to your imagination. I'm gonna get there. First, you know what I gotta do first. If you ever caught one of my live streams on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, then you already know, hey, I like to get my puff puff give on. So bear with me while I'm, you know, getting my festivities ready. Do what you gotta do. But yeah, I say Donald Trump is a necessary evil. That's what I say. And I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit more here in a second. But I definitely think the man is a necessary evil. And not in the way that people, you know, people would think like, oh, no, people hear me say that and say, you what? You think this man is this, and this? I'm going to tell you why. And if you can't sit back and see it for yourself, that's because, you know, maybe you have too much emotion invested in it. You know, what up? So I said it. I think the man is a necessary evil. Think he is a necessary evil. You know, what up? Appreciate everybody coming in. Don't forget to get a super chat, like, share, you know, gifts. I appreciate that. I shout out super chats, and I answer questions from super chats or people that give gifts. So thank you. But anyway, like I say, I think the man is a necessary evil. And this is why I think Donald Trump is a necessary evil. Have you all been paying attention to people just exposing themselves? You know, whether they racist or not, or whether they Trump supporters or not, just people have been exposing the shit out of themselves since Donald Trump has been in office. Hey, and I put it like this: a lot of white people have been exposing themselves with all this shit that with Donald Trump. With all this bullshit going on in office, you have a lot of white people who expose how they really feel. And that's cool. That's cool, because I even watched a video of a white guy saying that, you know, he thanks Trump because Trump just gave, you know, everybody the courage to be themselves, you know. And I've been said that. I said all he did was just allow people to, you know, not, you know, allow people to just come out and be straightforward with it. Like, hey, I don't fuck with you, this is and that. And that's good, because you want to know who you're dealing with. And think about it, like, a lot of white people are getting upset with Trump too because of the shit that he's doing. A lot of people who was so-called supporting him are getting upset. And I say he's a necessary evil because we are seeing exactly who people are. We are finding out exactly who's racist, who's a bigot, who's prejudiced. We are finding out all of that. And a lot of people, I'm sorry, a lot of people in MAGA are racist. We know that. I mean, I've been knew that, but they are just exposing themselves. Not everybody who voted for Donald Trump is racist. Let's just go ahead and get that out there. Not everybody who voted for Donald Trump is racist, but a lot of them are. I'm watching videos where MAGA, they openly using the N-word and proud of it, and then just admitting like, yes, I'm racist as hell. You know, and Donald Trump, he just gave me the courage to be who I am. That's cool and all, but a lot of these people who are MAGA and racist, they poor. They poor as shit. They poor as hell. So I'm not understanding it. I'm not understanding because motherfucking that man don't know who the fuck you are. And when you sit back and you look at everything, everything he doing, everything he has done or he's doing, it is hurting a lot of the white community. It is hurting a lot of the white community. If you notice, white people, if y'all notice, black people has, black people have taken a back seat to all of this shit. If y'all notice that, black people took a back seat to all this shit. Y'all notice we not out there protesting. We not out there, just doing the most. We not out there doing that shit. And you see it, if you take your emotion out of it and sit back, you see it's white America being torn apart. And black people, we just like, oh, this not our fight. You got a lot of Hispanic people, up there, hey, where are black people? They not out there protesting with us, yada, yada, yada. Motherfucker, for what? It's not our fight. For one, that man told you what the fuck he was going to do, and you voted against your own interests, and now you want solidarity. So no. So that's why I say I think he's a necessary evil. And then, see, hold on. Now I will say this, Starboy the Knight, I will say this. You got to stop trying to point the blame game. That's the problem right there. People are blaming Democrats, and Democrats are blaming Republicans. Republicans are blaming liberals. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Everybody wants to point the finger, but don't want to take responsibility or take accountability. To me, I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, or liberal. I don't give a shit. I don't hold any loyalty to any political party. But doing that, what you're doing, pointing the finger, that's part of the game. That's part of the game, And then, okay, what about the things that the Republicans get caught doing? Don't get me wrong. I know Democrats do some wicked shit, but every time Republicans get caught doing shit, they should get thrown to the forefront. It's like the Republicans ignore the crimes of their leaders, of their political figures. Don't say, am I right or wrong? Hey, all politicians in my book are, corrupt. All politicians in my book are corrupt. But every time Republicans, they shit come out, they dirt come out, they always get ignored. It's always quick to oh, what about the Democrats? What about the Democrats? That's the problem. Y'all want to play the blame game instead of anybody just taking accountability. That's the problem. Everybody want to play the blame game instead of taking responsibility when they get caught. We all know they do dirty shit. We all know Republican or Democrat. So if you one of those people but the Democrats should do this, okay, you pointing out what the Democrats doing, or anybody pointing out what Republicans doing, what is that personally doing for you? Besides making you mad and giving you a headache and running up your blood pressure and giving you wrinkles and shit. What is that doing for you? So you can sit up there and point out, say, Democrats did this, Republicans did. We can all do that shit, but what is it doing for you? That's why I say Donald Trump is a necessary evil, because he is making the general population of people expose themselves. He is making the general population of people expose themselves and show who they really are. You know, you have the people who was quietly racist just being open about the shit now. You know, for real, you got people who really thought, who really have a messed up way of thinking. They just out with it now. Like, I don't know if any of you all follow Dean Withers, but I follow him. And I listen to a lot of his, debates that he be doing with people and shit, on his open line. You know what shocked the shit out of me? What it did shock me, it was a guy, who's part of MAGA. And his question was, why is it not okay to grape children? That was his question. And I'm like, what? And he really wanted Dean Withers to answer that. Like, this guy was serious. He's like, man, I want you to tell me why it's not okay, huh? Like, why is it not okay? Like this, y'all see the type of shit that you see the type people are exposing themselves, just showing who they are. Like, and then, like I said, if you all sit back and just really take a look at things, you'll see the black community as a collective, we not in this shit. We not in it. It's white people against white people, and it's white people against, illegals. That's what's going on right now. White people are fighting each other and fighting illegals. And you have a whole bunch of immigrants in the Hispanic community saying, black people, y'all not helping. When they done messing with us, they're going to come for you. And then you have a lot of them realizing, like, oh, black people can't get deported. Black Americans cannot get deported. So they are finding that shit out, slowly but surely. So then for a lot of the Hispanic communities who's out there saying, so does they done with the immigrants, they're going to come for black people. They have been coming for black people. They have been coming for black people since forever. Forever. They have been coming for black people since forever. So, like, what you mean they're going to come for us when they're done with them? They've been fucking with us. But as you see, they can't get rid of us, goddammit. It's a reason why. Your leaders and politicians know that, And yes, I agree. If you're in America illegally, you have to go. For real. I do agree. If you're in here illegally, leave and come back the right way, because I know this, if we go anywhere else, as Americans, we got to abide by those rules. And then guess what? Like, I'm not even going to get into all that. But hey, I'm going to tell you this, though, for real. If you're illegal, leave, come back the right way. I agree with that. Because as Americans, y'all know, as Americans, we go anywhere else and we do anything wrong, or we go anywhere else and it's illegal, they coming for our asses, especially if you're black. So I agree with that. But that's why I say Donald Trump is a necessary evil, because he is making people expose themselves. You have a lot of white people showing how racist they are. You have a lot of white people who are not with that racist shit, you have a lot of white people who are just as tired of the racist shit as we are, and you have a lot of white people who are just showing their bigotry. It's crazy. It's a necessary evil. He's a necessary evil. What up? And then y'all have to look at it like this. If they were going to come for black people next after they finish you know, fighting with the immigrants and shit. Like, where they go deport us? Back to our hometown where we was born at? You gotta think about that shit. Where they go deport us? Back to the hometown where we was born at? Like, for real. Think about that shit. You have to think about it. What are they gonna do? Where are they going to, send black people? Think about that. So, when it comes to Donald Trump, people may not like what I got to say, but I think he is a necessary evil. He is letting people be who they are. It is showing that racism in this country and bigotry still exists. It never went anywhere. It might have went dormant for a while, but it never left. It really ain't go dormant. People just, was hiding who they are, to a certain extent, and then they just came back out with it. So, is a necessary evil. And a lot of shit that he's put in place hurt white people more than it hurt black people. Think about it. Whether white people want to admit it or not, it's more of the white community who's on food stamps and SNAP and all the other shit. Even though you have a lot of black people making videos, complaining about that shit. Go do your own research and you will see the numbers. All them federal workers that got fired and shit, majority of them were white. All the farmers who are butthurt about, can't sell shit and not making no money. A lot of them who I see complaining are white. You say, I put it like this. Anybody has a question, I will only be answering questions from super chats. So if you have a question, I'm more than likely to, I'm more than happy to answer it or whatever, but I will only be answering questions from super chats and people that support the live, and so I appreciate all the interaction, the comments, but I will only be answering questions from super chats. So thank you. So thank you to the people that have gave the super chats and given the gifts in the live before. Thank you. Appreciate that. So, but anyway, like, if you can't see that Trump is a necessary evil, then I get it. I get how you looking at things, but you have to understand, like, racism and bigotry never went nowhere, and he just gave people the confidence to be who the fuck they are, in my opinion. That's all. He just gave people the confidence to be who they are. That's it. Just gave people the confidence to be who they are. So, whether you like it, this is what we got to deal with for the next 3 more years. And this is only into his 2nd year. This is what we got to deal with for 3 more years. So, until then, stay tuned for the next video. Holla at your boy. Peace.